Hi, if you catch me and you have never met me before or you don't know who I am, my name's Alvie. I am a psychic intuitive, an energy intuitive. I use the cards for tools to kind of read into the current energies. This is a collective reading. I do a pick a card every week, and this is group one's reading for this week. So if you're looking for that, for the piles choices, you can go to my page, AlvieVonW, and you can look at the pinned post and you can see what piles you had to choose from and choose which group you want to watch. If you want to, you can also put your name in the comments or let me know that you want to be tagged, and I can tag you for the live reading or for the replays as well. So let's get right into this now. This reading is about what your next level of shifting, what you're shifting into. You're shifting into a next level, and what will your next level be, and how can you get there? So the first card we have for you, group one, is healing. It's really cool, beautiful imagery there. And then we have don't give up, follow your vision boldly. I might just leave that there so you can see it. Kind of squished myself in a bit, haven't I? And then we have it's up to you, no need to worry. Okay, so healing kind of speaks for itself. I feel like for some of you, this might be that you're called to learn a type of healing, energy healing, or it might just be that you're healing yourself. You're going through or have just been through a period of healing. Don't give up, follow your visions boldly. Now, this is a new deck, so I'm going to get the book out because I just like to do that for a little while and see what they have to say in the book. It usually ties in nicely anyway, so let's have a look and see how bad my reading is today. Okay, so we have don't give up, follow your vision boldly. All right, let's see if I can find the page. All right, 36 is what we're looking for. So when we hear about successful people, we usually don't hear about their mistakes and how they handled challenges. To most motivated people, failure is a stepping stone to achievement. There is no great talent without great willpower. Dealing with risks on the soul's journey requires endurance. A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its perseverance. The ability to endure is a divine gift granted to everyone. You were born with the mental durability to translate your intentions into actions. How you use it is in your hands. The key is to trust your heart and develop more desire and motivation. Have the will to take risks and have the faith that you can face difficult situations. Believe in your capacity to adapt and identify the steps necessary to keep moving in the right direction. When you combine your willpower with love, you can wholeheartedly face challenges as they arise. Constantly look for something to inspire you to carry on and make sure that your path is the direction of your vision. Combine your habits with good mental attitude and develop determination. If you want to increase your willpower, be optimistic and hopeful. Treat feelings of defeat as a lesson rather than a setback, and have full trust in the power of your process. You are resilient and capable of being all that you want to be. All right, so having read that, and as I was reading it, I got this phrase that we use in hypnosis and NLP, mostly NLP, that there is no I can't say it now, no failure, only feedback. So when something doesn't go the way you want it to, it's not because you failed, it's just giving you feedback on how to go about it a different way. So what I'm getting from this is like, I feel like maybe there was a situation that has happened for you in the recent past that it required some healing, and I feel like it might have made you kind of feel like you wanted to give up, or you'd not quite got it right, and it kind of gave you that feeling of not wanting to continue. Your message here to go into your next level is to not give up and to focus on healing and follow your vision, whatever that vision might be for you guys. It's going to be different for everyone because we're all different, right? We all have our own, even individual soul path and all of that sort of stuff. So, that's interesting. And then it says it's up to you and there's no need to worry. So it's up to you, meaning you have free will, right? We all have free will to do whatever we want. You don't have to keep going. You don't have to develop endurance. You don't have to see it as failure or feedback or whatever. It's like, if it's completely up to you. But I feel with this particular card, it's like it's quite a positive one. It's saying it's up to you. You choose. You make up your mind where you want to go and what you want to do with your life. Perhaps as I'm saying this, I'm getting this feeling of being freed from something, as well, like something that might have been holding you back from going into something, into your next phase for a little while now. There's no need to worry. Okay. So, yeah, they're just reassuring you basically. I'm getting kind of actually the feeling I would like to read the healing card as well for you guys. I might just grab that book as well and see what that says. Let's have a look. Here, healing, number 30. Just sometimes they have a little bit of something in there. So there's lots of different kinds of healing too, by the way. There's emotional healing, there's physical healing, energy healing. You can do somatic stuff, and vagus nerve work, breath work. Just so many different ways you can heal and so many different things to heal. Where are we? Nearly there. There we go. Healing. Energy rebalance, energetic awareness, healing yourself and others, exploring healing modalities. The Reiki, the chakra system, your unique and innate ability to heal. Color vibration, soul sovereignty, auras and meridian systems aligning to the highest good and optimal health. So yeah, that was a big kind of mouthful. And as I was saying, there's like so many different ways of healing, different like systems you can use and things like that. So the Lemurians were well versed in the practice of healing arts. They were naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetically based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. Now, this is really interesting because I've been guided to create this meditation this week, for you guys, that is basically teaching you very basic energy healing, energy protection. It's something that I think everybody who's like aware of their spiritual side or coming to awareness needs to know. It's sort of like how to protect yourself from outside influences, and all of those sorts of things. So if that isn't of interest to you, keep an eye out for it. It's in the works. It's not up on my site yet. So yeah, it's just interesting that this has come up. So when we perceive the world beyond our more well-known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom that is different from that which stems from the intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abounding energy alongside focused intention, we find that anything is possible. You may already practice a form of natural healing, but you find sometimes you feel quite drained. If this is the case, ensure the energy you are overflowing comes from an infinite stream of abundant universal energy rather than using your own. Big thing for healers, right? If you feel drained, make sure that you're actually channeling the energy from source, not using your own energy, because that it will knock you out. Like there's other reasons that you could be feeling drained too, but that's one of the main ones. So rather than using your own resources, you might want to imagine the brightest, most love-imbued luminescent light flowing down from the heavens, or the center of the universe, and alongside any healing intentions include the statement for the greatest good. Many healing modalities work with high vibrational energies. It can be wonderful to explore these in conjunction with your current practices. If you haven't done healing work before, but feel called to do so now, follow the instinct. Begin being able to, I'm great at this, being able to offer healing to loved ones or yourself is a gift. Exploring the art of energetic healing will significantly increase your psychic sensitivity. Energetic healing is based on the meridian systems of the body. The chakra systems are often depicted as coloured wheels of light. Each chakra connects to the organs of the body, emotions, and related characteristics, emanating from these powerful vortices of energy of the energy field known as the aura. Um, wow, this is getting a bit complicated. I think we got what we needed here. So they're talking about, obviously, you're being guided either to look into healing for yourself or to learn healing or practice the healing that you already know, to help you kind of shift into this next level. And remember, there's no failure, only feedback. This is just, that's what this don't give up, follow your vision boldly. So perhaps you have a vision of being a healer. Perhaps you have a vision of, working as a healer and bringing healing to more people, like a bigger group of people than just the people that you know. It says it's totally up to you and there's no need to worry. So I feel like this is kind of like that message that comes up sometimes, and it's like, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? If you knew that it was going to be successful, what would you do? If you knew it was supported, what would you do? That's a little bit of the energy that's coming through here. For some of you, I feel like you already have healing modalities under your belt, or you kind of, know what to do. Your innate sacred wisdom has come through to you as far as knowing what to do to heal yourself and others, but perhaps maybe now it's time to sort of deepen that practice. Let's have a look at Moon Witch and see what they've got. I might try turning the deck up the right way. Let's see what the Moon Witch deck has to offer for you guys today, Group 1. Whew, there's a big load of energy that's come through there. If you hear me humming, it's because I have music on in my headphones. I really do miss the days when I could have my music playing in the background while I was reading, but apparently I can't because it's a copyright thing for Facebook now. So no, sleep on it. So there's something you're questioning, you're asking about it, saying, yeah, not yet. I think you might need to reconsider, or think about it a different way. Give yourself time to mull it over, work it out, decide what it is that you want to do. Just give it some time, whatever this particular no is. You'll know. It's not about the big vision kind of thing, but I feel like it's just something that's coming up for you, a message that's coming up for you about a specific situation in your life that your guides want you to, you're probably questioning yourself about it now. You probably have a question, or you're wondering, should I do this or should I not do this? Should I go down there or should I go down there? Is this right for me? Is this not right for me? The answer is no, and for you to sleep on it. So that doesn't mean it's completely wrong, but what it means is that sometimes when you sleep on something, or you wait for a bit until you make a move because you've observed everything and you've given yourself time to come out of reaction and into observer mode, you have a different perspective on things, and you realize maybe that's not the right way. And also, my guides just said in my head to me, don't forget that a rejection is always a divine protection and a redirection to something better. So yeah, let's go on to this one. Open the door to a higher dimension. Yeah, so definitely sort of stepping into a deeper practice as far as healing is concerned, doing energy is energy work is concerned, it depends on where you are on your path, and you know, as far as this is as far as this is concerned. Can I say concerned a few more times? It just depends on your path. Like, you know, you might be just learning about this, or you might be someone who's done a lot of stuff, but you're being called to learn something else. Someone who already knows about healing, or has done a lot of personal self healing and now wants to take it out to other people, or, you know, something like that. And often, well, you know, not often, but it's sort of what's the word that I'm trying to think of? It goes hand in hand with doing energy work and opening the door to a higher dimension. They go hand in hand. Okay, so I feel like sort of maybe you've got dormant chakras, or perhaps certain energy centers have shut down for whatever reason, like they do that sometimes in life, or they become blocked, or not that I actually believe in block, but we choose to this is hard to explain sometimes, but everything's a frequency, right? So you can tune into whatever frequency you want to tune into if you know how to tune into it. You know the frequency. It's a bit like a radio. We are a bit like radio receivers. And sometimes we choose to detune from certain things, from certain, say, like, you don't want to have visions, so you block your third eye, you block your third eye chakra, or you are afraid of the messages that you might get from passed over loved ones, so you block your crown chakra out of fear. You detune out of that frequency, so you can't hear those messages. But I feel like you're wanting to now, or that you are going to be shown a way that's gentle and not scary to open these centers and to be able to step into a higher dimension. Whew. That was a big one. Okay, let's have a few more messages from this Witchy Oracle deck. We'll see how we go from there. Just incidentally, before I came on to do this reading, I had Adam Ant stuck in my head. I don't know, it might be a message for someone. I was in the bathroom thinking, unplug the jukebox and do yourself a favour. I didn't even remember the words properly, but you know the song. Ant music, that's the song, Ant music. So yeah, maybe I should put that on my headphones. It will give me more a clairaudient connection to whoever's message that was. So we have Lilith, reclaim your power. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, definitely. Again, this is something that goes hand in hand with doing deep healing work, or stepping more deeply into your true self through doing energy work and opening that door to the higher dimensions. You do reclaim your power. Like, it's all just one big thing, really. Like, it comes in, it generally tends to all come at once. And then there's what sparks your interest. So perhaps you're questioning which direction you want to go in. If something is calling to you. If something is calling to you, follow it. And I feel like this might be about learning a new healing technique or modality, or just like exploring the way that, say, other cultures or other people, or, you know, different, everybody's got a different way of thinking about energy and working with energy centers and things like that. And I feel like this is sort of like you opening your mind to different ways of doing things, because sometimes different ways of doing things have different results, rather than just doing the same thing over and over again and kind of maybe not getting the result that you want, particularly after coming up with that, you know, when I was reading this card here, and I was saying the first thing that came into my head was there is no failure, only feedback. I feel like that's kind of what it is. So if something is giving you messages, or how can I put this? I just feel like you're going to be drawn to something different, or maybe you're being asked to explore different ways of finding this energy. This energy work, different people, different perspectives, different cultures' perspectives, maybe. Got two? All right, we'll have to. And there we go. Last quarter, what's holding you back? And then cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. So perhaps with those two cards coming up and the way that I just put them down, that was definitely not even a perhaps. It was definitely a message about having boundaries around the right things, because that is actually what's holding you back, is you are not having the boundaries that you need. And directly as I'm saying this, that message that came through about being drained after doing energy work, or being drained after being around certain people, or saying, this is something too that we all need to learn as well. And I'm still remembering it right now, is saying yes authentically instead of saying yes resentfully. Because when you say yes resentfully, you just do something to sort of keep the peace rather than say yes and do it at the time that suits you, or feels right, or whatever. If you're doing that, like, that is very draining, because you're not really coming from a place where you're full up and you've got an overflow of energy. You're just doing it to keep the peace, right? So if you don't say yes authentically, you'll be saying yes resentfully. And that's kind of the vibe that's coming through with this, what's holding you back and keeping healthy boundaries. Now I'm going to jump into the tarot. This is a the energy coming through is pretty intense for you guys, group 1. It's amazing though. So it's just asking you to walk forward and do some healing, maybe find a different perspective on how to heal or bring back to wholeness certain things in your life. Oh, we got that one. All right, so we have the Hermit popped out and the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit in the right, right side up, however you want to put it. This would be talking about isolation, to kind of learn wisdom, to sit in your own wisdom, to sit in your own energy, and to find that innate wisdom that sits within you. I feel like now is a time that you'll be stepping out of that energy. You'll be kind of like walking back down this path. You see the path where she's sitting up there, or he's sitting up there. I can't really tell. So this person is sitting up there with their light coming out of them. That sort of represents like their own inner wisdom and their connection to source, because they're up high. But with it coming like that, this way up, I feel like this is just talking about walking down this path and back out of this like sort of period of isolation. Maybe not isolation as in you're not seeing other, going out and hanging out with your friends perhaps, but just it's like the feeling that I get is sort of like you have cut yourself off in a lot of ways, like to protect yourself energetically. And this may be tying in with what I was saying before about certain energy centers being shut down, maybe needing to find a different way around getting those to open up so that you can come back out of your hermit shell, your hermit crab shell. The Two of Pentacles. So this is finding balance, right? This is finding I think it feels like I'm just trying to translate this energy feeling that I'm getting. So if it comes out strange, it comes out strange. But so the feeling that I'm getting from this card is like there's a situation that you're finally kind of finding peace with. Maybe it's something that's been bothering you for a long time, or maybe it's just like finding balance in life, not feeling drained anymore, knowing how to work that. Pardon me, now I'm getting the hiccups. And the cat's gone crazy. Yeah, so it's like working out how to manage life and your energy around other people in a way that doesn't drain you so much. My guide said authentic connections. So focusing on authentic connections with people will help you shifting to this next level. Whew. And then we have the Seven of Cups. I'll pull a few more just to see what else comes up. All right. So the Seven of Cups talks about making a choice, right? But a choice where there's lots of different choices, and some of them might not be as good as the others. Some of them are gold choices, some of them are just pottery, some of them have bat wings in them, some of them have snakes coming out. They're all a bit kind of illusory, right? So it's kind of like by knowing yourself, by going into your true self, by actually having these authentic connections, you know what to choose. Whereas before, maybe you didn't know what to choose, you were confused about something. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm guessing it's got to do with connections of some description. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So once you make this decision, because you're making it from a balanced point of view, you're making it from this point of view where you have these authentic connections and you're open to authentic connections, then you get to get into this Knight of Wands energy, which is it's sort of like, it gives me Four of Wands as well, kind of. There's four wands behind her. Four of Wands talks about stability, finding stability in that like passionate, creative type way, though, that Wands brings through that energy, you know, like Wands is all about passion and creativity and all of that kind of energy, you know. So maybe it's sort of like making the right decision and making the right decision about these authentic connections that you keep in your life and putting up boundaries with the people who aren't part of that so much. This will give you that lease of life, that renewal of energy and fire and love for yourself first, but also for that lust for life, I guess. So now I've got Iggy Pop in my head. You got lust for life. Ooh. Yeah, so it's interesting. Finding your own fire again by learning different ways to manage your energy or different ways to look at it. And it might not be energy, but I feel for a lot of you it will be. I feel like everything's energetic anyway, to a certain extent. Like everything starts in energy, then it turns into something solid in the physical world. So this could pan out for some of you in a different way, like not so much with the energy stuff, but just finding a different perspective on things and a different way to relate to people, perhaps. A healing of a particular type of relationship or an understanding of why it is, and why it was, and why it did what it did. I guess, I don't know. There was something coming out of my mouth, and then it just kind of disappeared. So I think there was like too many things going on in my head. But yeah, I've been watching this. I think it's called Heal and Thrive with Caitlin Diana. She's a really amazing healer, and maybe you guys can get in on it if you were interested. But she's talking about like it's so fascinating to hear her talk about this multi-level way of healing that she's discovered, that is sort of like, it's based in Akashic Records, but it's also about physical healing, and she ties it all together, and it's just, yeah, it blows my mind. Like, I could listen to her talk for years. It's so fascinating. But maybe that's just something that you guys some of you guys might be interested in, because it is it's multi-dimensional what we're talking about here. It's not just one layer, it's lots of layers. And sometimes you need to, as I said, go down different paths and explore different ways and ideas of things from a beginner's point of view as well, instead of like, I already know how to do this, and this healing, so I'm just only going to take what I want from here, rather than listening to the whole lot and then seeing what it sort of looks like when you put it all together with what you already know, or just having that. I'm trying to think of that way. I used to be very good at putting it this way, and now I've forgotten how to say it. But it's just sort of like holding, like, what's the word? Withdrawing, not withdrawing, but like not judging anything until you've fully experienced it. Like, don't make a judgment about it until you've experienced it fully. Give it a go, I think is what I'm trying to say. Give it a go, something, whatever it is. Now let's have a few more messages from the tarot, please, for group 1. Woo, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, see, new ways of thinking, new ways of approaching things, a different approach, an approach that perhaps allows for things that you wouldn't normally allow for, like overcoming cognitive dissonance about things, perhaps. I feel like this, when you're in this kind of expanded energy that the Knight of Wands is, or that's the vibe that I'm getting, right? It's much easier to take in new things, to learn new things, to, I say, yeah, that. Yeah, that. But like to be able to integrate new energies, new information, and things like that when you're in an expanded state, because you're less likely to have those critical gatekeepers that come up and say, no, I'm not doing that. No, that just doesn't, no. You know, I think you all know what I mean by that. We all do it. There is no shade there. But the more expanded you can get your consciousness, the easier it is to let everything in, because that's what expanded consciousness is. It's like letting everything in, and then a lot of, you know, whatever flows, and whatever sticks, kind of thing. Very simplified explanation, but there you go. So that's what I feel like here. I feel like expanding consciousness because of this, and then seeing these new perspectives, coming across a new way of thinking about it, or a new way of dealing with whatever this situation is, and that is how you shift. That is how you shift into your next level. I'm going to get just a couple more. I could keep going on this reading all night, honestly. It's great. I can feel my throat getting dry though. Ooh, 33:11 when I looked at the clock then. Timer, that is, not the clock. Oh no, 2 more messages for group 1, please. Okay, we have several here. I think okay, they want me to take them all. Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So this card is basically reciprocity, is giving and taking, but it can sometimes come in the form of like unexpected financial gain, however that works for you, you know, like an unexpected check in the mail, or an unexpected deposit in your bank, or someone gives you some money, a windfall, inheritance money or something like that coming through for you as well. But I see that this is like, it's blocked. It's not coming through. There is no reciprocity here. Maybe you're giving too much, or have been giving too much to, you know, a particular situation, a particular person. What else do we have here? We have the, oh, of course I dropped them all. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Sort of like, yeah, this is explaining a little bit, I feel, of what the underlying situation is. So the money flow, the abundance, whatever that is, it doesn't have to be money. It can be anything that's in this physical world. Any sort of resource, and even like, you know, relationships, love, things like that, it's not going where, or it hasn't been going the way it should be. It hasn't been flowing the way it should be, because there's something here that you're holding on to. You don't want to let go. Like, look at her. She's like, no way, this is mine. You're not having it. Oh, wow. That just brought up something for me. It's like, this meme I used to really love, about letting go of things, or surrendering, because sometimes, oh, I can't think of it. It's like, basically, if you keep holding on to what all you really have is anxiety anyway, right? So basically, by letting go, you let flow happen, right? You let things work for you, more than they would if you were holding on still. So something that you're holding on to needs to be let go of. because it is actually probably causing you um, anxiety. It's causing you more stress than you need to. So it's like, this is the healing. Yeah, okay. So this is the healing um, situation. This is the thing that's coming up for you. This is what's holding you back. Because, yeah, it's like that. What's holding you back? Um, it's something that you're holding on to. You might not be holding on to it consciously. It's something that is like very dear to you, and it has, or was perhaps very dear to you, but this is the thing that you need to find this new perspective about, because if you don't, you'll still be holding on in that flow of reciprocity in the world. Like, this is the picture I'm getting, is like, you can be in the universal flow, right? And collect things. Things will come to you and things will go. It's always like the sea kind of thing. But if you're sitting in this energy, this Four of Pentacles energy, and just holding on and saying, no, but this is mine, then there's no flow. There's nothing going, right? Nothing can come, nothing can go. So it's about letting go of something, whatever it is. But as I said, with these other cards that have come up before that, I feel like you are finding whatever it is that you need to find to be able to finally let go of this. Yeah, I think we'll chuck those ones back in. There was too many and I was a bit confusey. And my guide said, no, that's enough of that message. But they just kind of wanted to reiterate to you that there is something there. Even you might think that you've done everything that you possibly can, but there's a different perspective. There's some kind of, it's hard to explain. There's some kind of key, there's some kind of way. It's just a matter of being open to exploring some new things, something different. And it might come to you as like an epiphany, or it might come to you in a really random way, like you get invited to go somewhere with your friends that you've never been before, and then you bump into someone and then they're like, they say something, or you overhear something as you're waiting for a coffee or something like that. And it's like that moment where something switches on and you're like, oh shit, yeah, maybe I should try that, or, something like that. Anyway, one last message just to finish off group one's reading. What's your next level that you're shifting into? So your next level, I feel like, having gone through all of this, is like a freedom from something, the freedom to let go of something that's kind of been, my guide said, burning a hole in your pocket. So, maybe, and to just reclaim your power and become this Knight of Wands energy that's got passion for life, that isn't being held back by things anymore, and allowing that energy to flow, that universal energy to flow. Finally coming into the energy to make a choice that's right. Why have the Eight of Swords come up? I mean, honestly, I think this is still just this kind of energy here of what's going on, or what has been going on. This kind of feels like undercurrent type stuff, and it's just, maybe it will come up to the light of consciousness for you after watching this reading. Maybe you'll get activated into understanding what it is that you need to explore. I'm just going to have a quick look through here and say. So yeah, we have the door to higher dimension. Being in a higher dimension, basically that just means being in a more expanded state, stepping more deeply into your multidimensional self, and therefore having these two energies come up. When you have them, I don't know where I thought I was putting those. When you have these two energies coming up, you have like, it's like all your ability, all of your energy, your ability to be able to kind of like see through the truth, through the illusion, to make the right decision, to be able to let go of all of this stuff. So yeah, that was a really full-on reading, guys. I hope that you liked it. I am gonna end it there. If you would like to book a reading or a healing session with me, you can follow the link. I left the link somewhere around here, but there's a link on my page as well. As you can tell, I'm not just a tarot reader. I dabble in all sorts of things. So yeah, if it interests you, you feel like you need a session or you'd like to talk to me about it or anything like that, you can always message me too if you're not sure. And other than that, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. This one will be up on YouTube by the end of the week after I've done the other two lives as well, which you're welcome to join me to watch those as well. Thanks so much for watching too. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you on the next one. I am going live. If you don't know me, I'm Alvie. I am an energy intuitive. I do tarot readings using tarot oracle and just tapping into the current energy trajectories through the cards. So this is a general reading. If you want something that's more personalized, I suggest you book a reading. And yeah, so this is group 2's reading. I did group 1's on Monday. If you chose the my God, my brain. The rose quartz heart. Oh jeez, what is going on? My brain kept saying aura, aura. There's an aura. Yeah, energy's really weird with me today. I don't know what. I was good this morning. This afternoon, not so much. And this evening, my brain has just left the building. So we'll see how we go. I just have to... All right, sorry, just changing my music. Yeah, okay. So again, if you don't usually watch me or you haven't watched me for a while, you'll see that I've got headphones on. That's because I like to use music to help me channel messages for you guys, but I don't want to get flagged for putting other people's music on Facebook, basically, and have my videos muted, so I have headphones on. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I think I'm just going to do a little deep breathing because it took me a bit to get into this reading and get it all live and stuff. So I'm just going to center myself and do some heart breathing before I go into the messages. So please give me a moment. And just bringing myself back to center so that I can read for you guys. Whew, that's better. All right, let's see what we've got here. For you guys, we have Starseed and Mental. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. I don't think I've seen that card come up in a reading yet. And then we have Time to Play. Make space for merriment. This looks good as well. Then we also have Take Action and You're Ready. So immediately I'm getting this idea that maybe it's sort of like this song that I like to listen to called Lighten Up Francis. It's sort of like it's time to get out of your head and into your booty. So yeah, that's the lyrics to the song. But time to play. So now is the time for you to play with things and not be so serious about it. Remember to be sort of childlike and have that. How can I put this? I'm just trying to think of how I can explain it. I got the feeling in my body, but It's that kind of energy that, you know, it's just very playful. There's nothing, you're not taking anything too seriously or anything like that, and you're also kind of just, you know, willing to experiment. I think this is what I'm trying to get at. You're willing to experiment, try things out, do different things differently, or do something new in this kind of energy, this playful energy. Well, I'm going to get the card out of the book out for the Starseed Elemental card as well. And we are going to have a look at that. Let's have a look. Starseed Elemental. So obviously this is a card about you being a starseed, or that you're connecting with that right now. A starseed, if you don't know, is someone who is more connected to their alien. I know that sounds weird, but like alien and the heritage that's sort of not of this earth, basically. 45, let's see, Sheaves of Lotus. 44, 45, Starseed Elemental. Ha, look at this, you just would not believe this, guys. It says children as teachers, fun, lightheartedness, joy, laughter, newly incarnated souls, the child within, maintaining an inquisitive perspective and wonder and imagination. So these two cards are basically the same message, and it's about being playful and not being serious, and having that inquisitive perspective, like, you know, what am I interested in, why is this so interesting, exploring things, and yeah, all of that kind of stuff. Wonder and imagination is what it says. Being with children can be a great way to recapture. I've just got to stop this. I can't read and listen to music with lyrics at the same time. Okay, so being with children can be a great way to recapture wonder and innocence, unapologetic truth and wisdom. Their realities are not yet muddied by shoulds or cannots, and their imaginations are often so wild and creative that they can be our biggest inspirers. Furthermore, that as their incarnation from pure spirit is more recent, they are still aware of energy and have a natural psychic awareness. Sometimes adulting can become too serious. When this happens, bringing a childlike, light-hearted sense of play to your perspective can be the most productive way to rebalance. Facing challenging circumstances with inquisitiveness can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Sorry, I'm getting heaps of notifications on my phone, so that's interesting. Just maybe a reiteration of. I'm just going to check. I'm going to make sure, because I can't tell if you guys can hear me or not. So, all right, commented. All right, no, it's all good. No one's trying to message me to tell me they can't hear me or anything like that, so that's good. God knows it's happened before. And yeah, so where were we? If you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Think back to when you were little and what you loved to do. Remember how the world felt around you and how magical and mysterious things may have been. What has changed? What would you tell us, the 7-year-old you? The little people of today will be the inventors, creators, and leaders of tomorrow. How can we help nourish their big souls to ready them for an optimal journey through life? Right now, powerful souls are incarnating on Earth to help with the progression of this planet. All children are equally special, but some may have different or unique needs due to their more sensitive, energetic natures. The ways children were brought up in previous generations may not be the best options for today. Humans are evolving And children can be our wisest teachers. May we listen to them with our hearts and let their ways unveil fresh new eyes so we may see a whole new world. Yeah, that's a cool message. Bring a sense of play, lightness, or spontaneity to your life. Be inspired by children or your inner child. You are encouraged to add inquisitiveness, fun, laughter to your reality. This card may signify the presence of a child in your life. Spending time with children will help you experience the world from a fresh perspective. See them as the inspiring teachers they are. That's a really interesting message. I love that it's come up with time to play as well. It's all about having fun. I think this week, guys, or maybe not week because this is a timeless reading, but whenever you see this, if this is your choice, your pile two, this is about, bringing lightness to your life, lightening up, having fun, remembering to be, to bring that sense of childlike wonder into what you're doing and remember all that, how everything used to feel so magical, and kind of try and bring that back into your life a little bit as well. When I was looking at Starseed Elemental, I was thinking elemental kind of reminds me of like the elemental realm, my people, the fairies. And, not just the fairies, but elementals can be the nature spirits of Earth, or nature spirits of everywhere, really. So, take action and you're ready. I feel like there's something that you want to do, or something that you are, a particular way that you're being called to go in these coming days after you've been watching this or had watched this reading. I feel like you will bring in this energy, this playful energy, and you'll bring it to this, whatever this is, this take action and you're ready, something that you've been working on, something that you would like to work on, a new phase of life that you're stepping into. That's right, that's what you're meant to be. It's what I'm meant to be reading about. Sorry, guys. So you're stepping into this new phase of being playful and taking inspired action. It says you're ready, so yeah. Definitely, I feel like it just feels like a new lease of life, like a breath of fresh air, like having lots of fun and being very carefree and lighthearted in everything that you do. And bringing that energy into your life is often such a great way to bring in like the intuition that you need to take inspired action. So the messages for you to, what your intuitive messages, your soul whispers will come through. The more playful you are, the more easy and light-hearted you are about things and not taking things so seriously and holding on so tightly. So you have the sun that's come up as well. This says find balance. So yeah, again, I feel like this is just directing you away from the heavier things in life at the moment and just reminding you that there's still time to play. Manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. This one came up for group 2 as well. So this is something or someone or a situation where you're able to like work, having fun, or something like that. Like maybe working with kids. Maybe that's something that you've been thinking about wanting to do but haven't actually taken action on it yet. And you might find that you're like going to get a job working with kids in childcare or babysitting or something like that. I also feel for some of you as well that this is just reminding you, again, as I was just saying, this light-hearted, fun, easygoing type energy. It's easier for things to come in. It's easier to receive the divine messages and directions and intuition and things like that. And it's also easier to manifest something that matches that vibe as well, because it's light, it's easy. Sorry, something's coming through. Let me just sit with the message for a minute. So, no, I'm going to keep going. Sorry, I thought there was something coming through then, but then my mind went blank. So, who knows? Maybe it'll come back up later. All right. Trust the universe has a plan for you. This is interesting. I feel like there's something coming. There's probably going to come out in the tarot that's going to give us a little bit more depth to this. Something sort of spoke to me about inner child. Maybe not healing your inner child, but just like indulging your inner child, finding things that, you know, as it said in that book when I was reading it, find what did you used to like when you were little, and see if you can bring that mysteriousness and magic back into your life. Freya, you are worthy and you are loved. Let's have a look and see what else they've got for you. Yes, just go for it. So this comes up underneath you already. So whatever it is, and they're not giving me much of a clue for you guys. I figure that you guys will know what it is, but you're ready. Yes, just go for it. Let's have a look at your tarot and see what's going to come through. What does Spirit want Group 2 to know about stepping into their next level? About, what are they going to be expanding into now? It all looks so good and positive. Hey, it's sort of like, I think the feeling I'm getting just by looking at these cards and the energy that's coming through with them is sort of like the lifting of something really heavy or something heavy that you were carrying before. I feel like you're going to find a way to be able to kind of throw that off a bit and have some fun and just be lighter and more free-flowing, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. You're choosing a different path, something different. That is, okay. We have 2 of the Wands cards, the 7 and the 8 in reverse. So you're choosing, this is about fast-moving energy and big changes, but being reversed, what is coming through with this card for you? What's this got to do with Group 2's next level? I better put the music back on, actually. That always helps. Helps the messages come through. Where are we? I feel like this is internal. That's what I'm getting here for you guys. It's giving me this kind of, it's still this whimsical, fun energy that's coming through, like playfulness. Lots of maybe messages and things coming through. But I feel like for you guys, mostly this is that the wand's energy is the element of fire. So fire is, creative, it's passionate, it's like fast moving energy anyway. And it's got a lot to do with sort of, I don't know, being creative, being in your own power. You think about fire, like it keeps you warm, we cook on it, it nourishes you, all of that kind of energy. But internally, sort of, you're letting that out. You've been maybe feeling kind of repressed, or like I said, something heavy sitting on you, or you were carrying something heavy, and I feel like you're releasing yourself from this in this upcoming period of time. This is what you're shifting into, is something far more, I don't know, I don't even know how to put it. For some of you though, I feel like this is, maybe you had a creative block, maybe you weren't able to tap into that creative side of you and express yourself, like artist block or writer's block or something like that. You may have been in a situation that kind of dimmed your light down, and I feel like you're finding your light again. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. So the Seven of Wands is about, it sort of looks like there's a lot of people trying to get your attention, but you're ignoring them. If you can see it like that, there's like all of this. This is like other people's, energy and intention and all of that sort of stuff. That fiery energy that I was talking about. So the wands, right? They're poking at you, and you're in a little bubble, and it doesn't really matter. Let me just have a little. What does this say to group 2? Kind of feel like you're finding some sort of stability with this energy coming through as well, like regaining that that creative energy within you. And this, honestly, for some of you, this might be like activating or reactivating your Kundalini energy, or Kundalini. I don't know how to say it. Everybody says it different. I'll just say it how I feel like saying it at the time. That's just me though, because I'm weird. This could be like a reignition of your inner power, of your potential, your light within, however that works for you. So we have the Three of Swords in reverse. That's a good thing. Something here, like you were heartbroken, you were upset about it. I feel like you're kind of stepping over that or releasing that. And it was about something that kind of felt like it was a false start. It was something that you wanted to invest in, but maybe you realized that you couldn't really invest in it straight away. Or, you kind of gave a little bit to it, but it wasn't going anywhere. It didn't go anywhere. And this could be anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a relationship or anything like that. It could be any kind of situation that you were kind of hoping. That's what I'm getting. It's like it was something that you were hoping to do, something you were some particular way you were hoping things to go, and it didn't work out, and like, you were a bit heartbroken, and perhaps not being able to kind of sit in this energy, this inner light energy, and find that playfulness and that fun. What else does group 2 need to know about the next level that they're stepping into? Oh, that's quite a lot of cards. Maybe we'll just take this one and we'll pop the rest back in. So I'm not reading that many. So death and rebirth. This is a big change coming in for you. Whatever was past is past now. It's being let go of. A lot of this kind of energy going on right now. Oh, I got a shiver as I said that too. It's like a big chill coming down my shoulders. Wow. And then the Chariot. Something's moving forward very quickly here. Let's then have a look and see what else. What is this about? Can you tell me, group 2, what this is about? This is about having your wishes fulfilled. This is this is the Nine of Cups. It's like what I actually feel like, and what I'm getting is that whatever it is that was holding you back, you're letting go of it. You're shifting out of it. Death and rebirth is like, it's this big change from whatever was going on here before, something that just wasn't working or didn't work, or holding on to the past, or perhaps you've just gone through a big period of healing, shadow work, having those things come up to consciousness, and integrating your ego, loving yourself back to wholeness, and all of that sort of stuff. And sometimes that can get very heavy and you kind of forget how to play. So now your guides are bringing in this new light, fresh energy that is going to bring you very quickly this big change, and then this very fast movement towards like your wish fulfillment, as far as that's concerned, whatever that is. And definitely, you know, with the take action and you're ready cards coming up, there is something I feel like you've been maybe holding back on that you wanted to do. As I said before, it could be work, it could be moving, it could be anything really. Like, I'm sure you guys will know what it is. Because it's a general reading, obviously, I don't get the clearest messages sometimes. I mean, I can't pick up on everybody's stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's have a check a look here. All right, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. See, that's yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else does what else does group 2 need to know about this level they're stepping into. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, the Tower. And then the Eight of Swords. And I feel like these are all related to this stuff here as well. I feel like we have those here. We have those here. So we had, what did we have come up before? The Three of Swords, right? And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Queen of Swords. There's this sort of like emotional imbalance, this inability to be impartial, or what is the word I'm looking for? Impartial, logical, maybe logical. That's probably a better way to put it. You know, take everything into account and things like that while making decisions, or just in life in general. You have that coming up, or you have had that coming up. I feel like, yeah, I do actually feel like this is part of this story here. This kind of set you off balance. You weren't able to see things in a clear way. And then this may have happened to you very recently, and this is part of the death and the rebirth card as the Towers come up. Again, it's a big change. The Tower doesn't always have to be like something scary and something where everything kind of just blows up in your face. It could literally be that it is like a divine intervention. This is what I feel like. It's a divine intervention, because this is kind of where you were living before, right? You're in this energy of, it looks like it's anxiety, right? But it's kind of hidden, because, you know, she can see how tied up she is by it, but no one else could probably see that when they look at her. It looks like she's kind of doing all right, but you knew, and your guides knew, and your higher self knew. So they brought this change in, and sometimes change can be tumultuous, but I feel like you're coming out of this, you're shifting out of this. There's most of these cards here, I'll just try and get these out of the way a little bit, are really talking about just having fun with it, whatever's coming through, you know, not letting things be too serious, not letting yourself get too stuck in any of these energies as well. Because if you've never noticed, like with kids, right, they can be furious, angry, throwing a tantrum 1 minute, and the next minute they're sweet as pie, you know, because they've just processed or let out that emotion, and once it's done kind of thing. They let it go and it's no big deal. And I feel like this is what you're being asked to do, so that you can bring this beautiful energy in and leave this behind, right? All of this anxiety and, you know, whatever heartbreak you were having, or unfulfilled expectations, those kinds of things that have been causing you heaps of trouble. As I said, unfulfilled expectations as well. What I was getting was, it might not be, you might have felt like you had something that you wanted to fulfill that you weren't actually able to. Maybe not unfulfilled expectations of other people, but perhaps it was something, as I said, as I've been saying all the way through this, is something that you wanted to do, or something that you've wanted to do, a particular path or message or guidance that you've had, feeling to do this particular thing. And it's going to be different for everyone, because this is a collective reading, but you will know what it is. I feel like this is kind of like the end of things not working out, things not working for you. This energy is just too great. It's sort of like, wow, change it. And as I said, the tower here, this is often divine intervention to just kind of, shake things up a little bit, enough so that things change for you. So, group 2, I am going to leave it here for you. Hopefully you got some really good messages. What I really see for you is you just letting go of some old shit, basically, shifting into a new level of happiness and ease and joy. And this wish fulfillment thing, this looks fantastic for you guys. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the reading. If you got some good guidance or messages from there, let me know in the comments. And other than that, hopefully I will catch you on the next one. My name's Alvie. I'm an energy intuitive. Sorry, I've been a bit put off my usual little spiel, having to fix that up. So my name's Alvie. I'm an energy intuitive. I'm doing a collective reading tonight. This is from group 3. There's a pinned post on my page, on my profile page, that gives you the choices if you haven't already seen them. If you're new or if this comes across your feed, you can go there to see if this is the right reading for you. If not, you can scroll down the page and find the reading that resonates with you the most. So yeah, I'm an energy intuitive. I use the cards as a tool, mostly just to kind of help me tune in and tap into the collective energies and the messages that your guides and spirit team want to bring through. And I think we'll go into the reading now. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so this is, where are we here? Your card is Rejoice in Love. Breathe in the fragrant breath of life. Really nice imagery there. Feel like a relationship could be coming in, or strengthening if you're already in a relationship. This could also be speaking about platonic or familial love as well. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but that just kind of gives me the picture on the card. I'm just trying to make sure you guys can see the actual cards. Where are we? Nothing is moving on my screen, on the monitor, so I don't know if you can or not, or if it's ever going to catch up. Oh yeah, here we go, there we go, it just needs to catch up. Okay, so, and then we have the journey to wholeness. Oh, what a beautiful message already coming through here. And then we have these two cards as well. So perfect timing. And then we have no. No. So, all right, let's look a little bit deeper into these cards, into these messages that are coming through. I'm not in my usual spot today, so things might be a little bit wobbly, a bit weird. So anyway, let's have a look and see what messages are coming through with these two beautiful, very vividly coloured cards. I feel like this is a message, obviously, about love and the journey to wholeness that love can bring you sometimes. Let me just tune in a little. Rejoice in love. Breathe in the fragrant breath of life. So this is giving me that feeling of like when you're in love, how everything is sort of extra magical and you notice all the good stuff and you're kind of uplifted and you feel, if you can see me in the shot and I'm rocking, it's because it's kind of helping me tune in and bring the messages through. Sometimes you need to move a little around a little bit to translate the energy into words. So yeah, if I look a bit weird, that's what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, so rejoicing in love, I feel like when I'm feeling into this, I just feel like this big ball of love, and where it's coming from, you know, it could be different for every single one of you. I feel like for some of you, this is a relationship, as I said in the beginning, that's coming in, or one that you're currently in that is strengthening. I feel like, yeah, just that feeling of being in love. So it could be that you're discovering self-love and really sinking into that as well. But the feeling of love and the energy of love is the energy that powers the universe. So it could be that too, that you're tapping into your multidimensional self and finding that you are, connecting to that bigger concept of love, of unconditional love, of love that just is without any reason or rhyme, the love that keeps you and everybody else in the world alive and powered and conscious and all of those things. And that feeling is, it's like a rainbow, it's like a big spectrum of energy coming through as well, and just this big opening up, this big opening up of the heart center, but also just of your energy. The words feeling safe are coming through as well, so that's kind of interesting. Let me just tune in again, see what else is coming through here. The journey to wholeness really speaks to me about loving yourself into wholeness. This is a message that has been one that my guides have given me to give to the world for as long as I've been in connection with my guides. And this is about remembering that you're perfect underneath all of the conditioning and all of the things that have happened to you and all of the things that people want you to think about yourself that aren't true. You're perfect under there. You've got a perfect core radiant vibration, and that is love. And I feel like you are stepping into, or you're coming to a point in your journey to wholeness where you're actually realizing and feeling and like embodying that feeling of just knowing who you truly are and being really solid within that and not letting other people's opinions or behaviors and things like that sway you. I also feel like that's, it's as I said, it's just this like sort of big opening up type energy that's coming through. And then this is perfect timing. So we've got perfect timing from the angel card messages and no. So, it's an interesting thing here. So perfect timing for this to all come around, to all come about. Like I said, and this is something that keeps coming up, coming to me, that this is like possibly meeting someone for a relationship, like that the right person, the one kind of feeling, or coming into a union with yourself as well, and just finding this wholeness, this wholesomeness, and stability, I reckon. So finding perfect timing as well. So this is going to come in perfect timing. This is a shift that's going to come in for you post-eclipse, which is now almost a week ago. But I feel like people, including myself, are still feeling the energy from that. So, a lot of people have been feeling quite heavy and tired and, processing that end of the eclipse. And then others have been very wired and full of energy and just excited and stuff like that. So, you might be on either end of that spectrum or might be experiencing a little bit of both as well. But I feel if you are experiencing that heavy energy, that this is going to lift. And it's going to lift for you in perfect timing. I'm also getting the message that for some of you who might be, you might be single and looking for love, that your guides are kind of trying to remind you not to force things and not to not to expect, that's the word that I'm trying to say, not to have unrealistic expectations, but just to let things come to you in perfect timing. So to focus on your journey to wholeness instead, rather than focusing on a person. or finding a person or finding that situation. And, you know, like these things can tie into all sorts of stuff, right? So a general reading, for most of you, I feel that this is about a love relationship or meeting someone. I feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, that this is a deepening of your connection. And in that deepening of your connection, you're going to feel like you are in a place where you can open right up. You can open up a lot more, and there's this beautiful, as I said, this opening up energy with the full spectrum. You can see the full spectrum. Your energy is like wide open because you're feeling safe and secure in this relationship and this connection as it deepens. And as you realize that it's maybe not it's one of those, I'm trying to find the right words for this, sorry guys, that it is something that's not impermanent, that it's something that is going to be a long-lasting connection and relationship, and maybe you were questioning that, and that I feel the no is coming in about that. So like your worries, it's that they're saying no to your worries and your concerns, or maybe your doubts that could be, they're saying no to your doubts that could be interfering with the way that you're manifesting a connection, or manifesting in that connection, how things are going and working and things like that. They're just saying, whatever it is, this isn't like that, no, don't you do it kind of energy, because there's a different kind for that. This one's like a soft no. It's like, no, that's not right, that kind of a no. So I feel like this is related to, you know, doubts and fears, worries about things that might be coming up. And often as we have a big sort of heart-centered glow up, as we open up our energy, that's when the dark things, you know, like the trauma, the shadow, that's when they feel safe to show themselves to you. So it feels like, you might feel like it's coming up and that's what's happening, but you need to just remember to take a deep breath, go within, do some heart breathing if you do that, or whatever you do to center yourself, and have some, you know, I feel like for some of you this might be past relationship trauma. It might be that you're tapped into the unhealthy template of love and relationships that's currently like just the general thing, and you might need to be exploring different avenues and different aspects of that as well. So I did just drop a card, but I'm going to keep going with these oracle cards. Sorry, my mouth is not catching up with the energy that's coming through. So yeah, let's just have a check and see what messages your guides and spirit team want you to hear through this. This is definitely, for most of you, a love reading. So yeah, either you're going to meet someone who is going to help you on your journey to wholeness, or you're focusing on yourself and that's bringing someone in, or you're already in a connection and that is strengthening and changing to something that you feel safer in, that you feel more confident in. Maybe it's like a situationship or something like that that's going to become more stable and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh. All right. I keep dropping cards. So what does group 3 need to know, please, Spirit? What does group 3 need to know? Okay. We have Celine. This has come up for every reading I've done this week. This is bring light into somebody's dark sky. I feel like just with this card coming up, and just all this beautiful energy coming through, this opened up energy, which is what happens when you're in love, whether it's whether you're in love with someone else or with yourself, or in love with life, or, you know, living your best life, or whatever it is, that you just light people up by being there. You know, your presence and that energy is more than enough to sort of spark maybe a bit of a minor awakening in anyone that you're around, because your energy, especially when it's positive, is very infectious. So we had new moon just jump out into a bag on the floor. Oh, new moon, fresh start and new beginnings. So I feel like, yeah, this is sort of bringing in that energy. Again, it's just confirming what I was saying before when I was reading this card. That, you know, it's a fresh start. So there's a new beginning coming in for you guys, or it's a fresh start in your relationship. Meeting someone or deepening that connection. I'm just going to try and get a little bit deeper as well. Go a bit more in depth and see if there's any more messages that Spirit wants to give you guys coming up from this deck. Come on, where's the messages here? What does group 3 need to know? Alrighty, manifestation. Okay, so my guys just said it might not be the path that you expected, or it might not come in the way that you'd expect it to, but it's still going to be something, this new start, this new beginning, it's still going to be something that's going to be really like heart opening and energy opening for you. So yeah, expect the unexpected. What you seek is seeking you, manifestation. This is another card that came up in the other readings as well. So I feel like with that, like the collective has just used the eclipse energy to kind of start manifesting, but you have to remember that what you seek is seeking you. So make sure that you're seeking the right, you know, the thing that's actually going to fit. Make sure that you're in alignment. And I feel like with it being on top of this card, that's the journey to wholeness. That by following that journey to wholeness, and if you don't know like how to do your healing and things like that, I offer sessions, so you can book by the link with this video. If you wanted to have someone support and guide you with energy healing, energy work, and all sorts of things that go into psychology and energy psychology, and yeah, there's a lot to it, right? But yeah, you can book a session with me. That's what I'm trying to come to. So manifestation, because honestly, there's a lot of misunderstanding about manifestation in, you know, the pop culture, spiritual stuff, where it's like what you think about will come to you. It doesn't really work like that. It's actually an action of being able to be very deeply within your alignment, like within alignment with your soul, and bringing forth your soul desires. It's easier to manifest a soul desire because they're meant for you, right? They're there already. They already exist. It's just removing and releasing the limitations that you have created. And it might not be you that created it. It might be a pattern that you learnt from your parents or from watching TV or something that's created this limitation and stopping you from actually calling in what it is that is for you, that it already exists. So that's something else that I can help with in our sessions, in my sessions. That's interesting. I think that's my team making me say we. As in like they're there with me. Right, so let's have a few more messages from the Rune Witch Oracle. I'm going to check those over because I don't feel like that they are the right way round. Ooh, let's have a go. What have we got here? Waning Gibbous, count your blessings. So they're asking you to bring a little bit of gratitude and remember what it is that you have been blessed by, because the more you feel like that, the easier it is for more things like that to come to you. And look, just behind you, what you seek is seeking you, but it's also what you vibrate, it's what you attract. So if you're vibrating, and when I say vibrating, I don't mean like surface level. I mean like it needs to be quite, I don't know. It's different for everyone, but if you are more in tune with yourself and you're vibrating your true core vibration, rather than the stuff on the outside, the armor, and that kind of stops you from being able to allow your true core vibration to shine through. Then sometimes the manifestation and the drawing things in, the attracting things, just doesn't kind of work as well as it could. So they're asking you to focus on developing gratitude. You could do gratitude journal, you could just sit and remember all the things that you have, that you're lucky to have, that you've been blessed with, or just, and bringing feeling into that, not just thinking, is really potent as well. So feeling like you are, you know, feeling the emotion of being grateful for whatever it is you're grateful for whatever you've been blessed with. I'm going to get a couple more messages from this one, and then I'm going to go into the tarot. Vision. Get clear on what you want. I feel like that's just kind of, again, it's, what's the word? Confirming. That's great, but you can't remember the words. It's confirming what I was just saying. Is about getting clear. I feel like for you guys that while you have this wide open energy, and that your energy is opened up in this way, in this feeling of like being in union with the world, that for you to get a clear vision is for you to be able to call in what you want. And that might be a relationship, it might be more healing, it could be anything, but those are the two things that are coming up through this particular reading. So getting a clear vision of what you want and holding that vision. What else is going to come up? One more message from this deck. Isis. Cast spells and protect and heal. So healing, and coming up as well for you guys. The journey to wholeness can also be like a healing journey. We are really, releasing the distortions from your energy field, and by distortions I mean like anything that's not really meant to be there but has kind of ended up there by repeated thoughts and patterns and things like that. And while you're healing, casting spells to protect yourself, so doing protection work. They don't have to be spells either. Like, this is just aimed at which people who do spells. But you can do energy work that's protection work. And if you keep an eye out, I am recording a meditation that helps you clear and protect your energy. So that will be ready soon. I was hoping it would be the end of this week, but it's not. But I will put links up on my page, obviously, once it's done, and you can use that to help you with your spells and your protection, your protection and your healing. Sorry, not your spells. Oh dear. Anyway, let's get into the tarot now for group 3. What does group 3 need to know? What does group 3 need to know? Can we get a message for group 3? Get messages for group 3 about their upcoming, time and what they're shifting into post-eclipse, not pre-eclipse. What are you shifting into? What's your next highest level that you are shifting into, group 3? Let's find out. Get some... Oh, there goes something. I love the way they always have to land on the floor. Oh, please excuse the view of my head, everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So, there we go. So the 7 of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords is talking about a lot of the time trying to get away with something, or someone being sneaky, or something along those lines. You know, maybe a bit of self-betrayal as well. It can be that, but I feel for you guys, group 3, with all of the other energies and messages that have come through, that this, and because this card is in reverse, I feel like for you guys it's kind of like a turnaround from that energy. Or, as I said, this no card up here, this is speaking about it's no to your doubts and fears. So maybe you'll be changing your mind about something to do with this energy coming through. I'm going to get some more cards out just to clarify it and find out what it is, and what the messages are for you guys. Oh, here we go. The 6 of Cups. All right, so this is interesting that most of these cards are coming up reversed. What I see from this is, I'm gonna just, yeah. So what I see from this is like something that you thought was sneaky, or you felt you were being sneaky about. This can be reverse roles. So it's either about a person that you know who you thought was being sneaky or trying to sneak off, or you have your doubts about them, as I said before. Because I feel like this has just kind of turned into a relationship reading, so a love reading. Whoever this is, it might be someone that you're, you know, involved with, or maybe you just have this general feeling about, you know, people having relationships with people, and that you can't, you know, that you can't trust them, that they can't be trusted, that they're always trying to sneak around and get away with something. But I feel like you're kind of, as you open up, as your energy opens up, and as you become more whole, you're realizing that a lot of the time that these are things that have been, well, I was going to say embedded, but that's not quite the right word. These are things that you have learnt from, you know, popular things, from watching TV. There's like this big collective delusion, or it's not even a delusion, right? It's the collective energy and collective beliefs about how, you know, people cheat, and you can't trust anyone, and you can't let your guard down. And while that can be true, a lot of that is based in this very codependent paradigm, this very codependent template where your worth and your how can I put it? Just your worth seems to be more based on what other people are doing. So, you know, like if someone decides not to talk to you, or they ghost you or something like that, or you find out something about them, you take it personally, and it's not your fault if this is what you do. This is what we're all taught, right? By anything on TV, by all of these things. This is like this really, it's this really, I've been picking up on this all week too, and like having discussions about it in Facebook groups and stuff like that. It is basically a very toxic collective pattern or collective belief about relationships, and specifically about men, right? And I don't like to bring gender into it because it's, you know, it's not all black and white, but there's very often this idea that like you cannot trust a man, that they're going to cheat on you, and all of that sort of stuff. And a lot of you know, that can be true, but it's true of everyone, really, if they are still living in their wounded ego, right? And this is the thing that, right, we're all kind of trying to ascend from and lift out from. So the more that you expand into your energy and understand that people aren't doing things to hurt you, they're doing it because of how they feel about themselves, or because they don't really know any better, and you don't take it personally. You don't need to look back on the things that, you know, you were hurt by, or the things that created these ideas. You can let them go. You'll realize that. I feel like you are expanding into
into a more sovereign level of energy and understanding about relationships. But I also feel like you are going to see that this person, whoever it is, isn't the same as everyone in the past. It might look like it, and you might have that reaction straight away. Like, you know, we all have those impulse reactions that you don't really have a choice. They just come to you. You have that thought, right? They just come to you because it's just something that's happened over and over again, and that's the first thing you think. But this is your guide saying, no, this isn't the case. Before you react, take a breath. This isn't the same as the past. Let's have some more messages now. Cards that are not the right way up. Really weird. Must have folded over while I was shuffling. Okay, so let's continue further on. No, that's too many. Spirit, we'll have some more tarot cards, please, for group 3's reading. Just a few more. No, that's too many as well. Holy moly. Can I just get one message? Can I get one message for group 3, Spirit? Thank you. Finally, we have one. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse as well. This is interesting. So this is like, the Nine of Pentacles talks about being independent, being sovereign. Because it's in reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean that that energy is not there, but I feel like it's something that you have been hiding within you, or that because it's reversed again, it's something that's within you. It's like a latent knowing that really you're meant to be able to be in this energy, but you've been holding it back, and it's probably because of these limiting ideas and beliefs about what role you play in a relationship and how, you know, someone else needs to support you, and just, yeah, a lot of this other stuff. And I'm sure you'll know if this is you what I mean. It's such a convoluted type of thing to kind of pick apart because there's so much to it. But there is this idea, traditional relationships, you know, one person is meant to provide and the other person is meant to be a homemaker, that kind of thing. And this is like it's such a misogynistic repression of the person who's meant to, you know, be the homemaker. They're not allowed to have any independence. They have to be doing all the other shit. And I think that this is like, you're realizing this, that you don't have to be like that. And that doesn't make you unworthy of a relationship or love or whatever, that you can be independent and sovereign and still have love and be loved and be accepted, and even not just in romantic relationships, but in your whole life, in general. Oh my God. My guides are like, rise, sister, rise, in my head. So that's kind of cool. I get it. This is an empowering message for people who are coming out of those understandings and gaining new understandings about their role, maybe even just in life, you know, and what they're repressing and what they aren't, and what they can step into next, which is empowerment and sovereignty. Oh, here comes another message. Okay, so we have the Devil and we have the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like this is all very related to these two energies here. So this is about, you know, the Emperor is masculine energy, and remember, I don't really do gender, I do energy, yeah? So I'm not talking about a man specifically, I'm talking about a masculine energy. It could be anyone who's displaying that, but they can be quite stubborn, they can be quite repressive. It has to be very, you know, these are people who need a very structured way of living, and if you deviate from that, then you might find yourself feeling, you know, that, or maybe you want to, but you feel very, or have felt very repressed by this. I feel like this is the devil here is sort of like, you know, it's something that you're chained to or you were chained to. The devil can be like temptation and things like that, but for you guys, I feel like this is talking about, often it can also mean marriage, as in like, you know, the old ball and chain type marriage. So the old traditional kind of I'm stuck with this type feeling, type energy about, you know, being in a long-term relationship. I feel like this is speaking about that and with someone who was in this type of emperor energy, but perhaps not like the emperor when he's activated, but the emperor when they are in their wounded, in that wounded energy, their wounded masculine. I'm really trying not to be too, you know, gender specific, because as I said, it's not gender specific, but when someone's in their wounded masculine, and they can be anybody, feminine, female, male, anybody, right? It doesn't matter who it is. We all have that energy within us. If they're in that wounded, if they're tapping into that, that pocket, it's really hard to explain. It's like there's pockets, right? There's layers. If they're tapping into that energy, then they're going to be very repressive towards you, and you're going to feel very stuck. And I feel like this is something that has happened to you, whether it be in the past and you're still recovering from it, or it be just recent and you are finding your light, you're finding your release from this energy, from this repressiveness. And it might even be something that's within you. It doesn't have to be about another person, although, as I said, this is kind of coming up like a love reading. So let's have some more messages for group 3. This is getting quite deep and interesting. I'm really fascinated by this. So yeah, I feel like this is all sort of past energy, really. The 7 of Swords coming up with this, it's like trying to get away from it maybe, or, you know, maybe just denying yourself your own truth. Bit of self-betrayal here to try and fit in, perhaps. It's funny because I posted something about that earlier today, but I wasn't really thinking of it when I said that. So yeah, so to try and fit in, to try and please the, you know, the status quo, or whatever you want to call it. Let's get some more messages for group 3, please. Yeah, my guides are saying like some of you might have stayed in like an unhappy marriage or relationship, that because, you know, you felt obliged to or obligated to. You didn't want to upset the family, you didn't want to upset the kids, you didn't want to upset your parents, you didn't want to upset the partner, but it really wasn't something that was for you. And you kind of have come to that realization and had on this journey to wholeness, right? You're on this journey to wholeness. Going to get some more messages for you guys in a minute. Come on, group 3. Come on, more messages for group 3. My guides are being very specific about when the cards come out tonight. Sometimes they fly right out, and this is like, no, we need you to tune in. There they go. There they go. I feel like with these cards coming up, all right, so this is like, you see here, she's acting like she is stuck, right? But she's not. So this is the release, right? This is what I was talking about before. This is the energy of being able, she's realizing that this is just a little fence, because it's come up in reverse. There's so much reversed energy in this reading. So yeah, so the 9 of Wands, it's basically feeling stuck, right? She feels stuck. You can see that she thinks she can't get over it. It's like one of those things that I was talking about before that are limiting beliefs, and they're not real. They're just ideas that have been implanted in your head, that you've been brainwashed with over and over again, or just learnt behaviours, and things that, you know, everybody just accepts as truth, which they're not really truth at all. It's just that there's so many people that believe it that it becomes a thing. So yeah, she's realizing that she's able to either set fire to that fence so that she can just walk through it with her wand, or she can just step over it because it's pretty much about to fall down anyway. So those things, whatever they were, whatever that situation is, if it hasn't already left you, it will be leaving you soon. It will be the release. And whether it's a release of things that you realize that you're still holding on to from the past, or it's actually the unhappy relationship that you're releasing, or just the unhappiness in a relationship and realizing you don't have to be in that state of mind, and that the more that you're grateful and the more that you're sort of sovereign and in your own energy and not expecting someone else to look after you emotionally or fulfill you emotionally and doing your own thing, like the quicker this release is going to come. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles, so putting in a bit of work, but a lot of good energy, a lot of good colour coming through here. This could be something to do with work, so finding a job that gives you your freedom, or putting some work in. I feel like this is like something in a month or so. I'm just looking at the moon and it's giving me the months. What else did we have? We have the Two of Swords, so a little bit of anxiety, a bit of indecision perhaps, like maybe for some of you, as I said, for most of you, this is about meeting someone, and when you meet someone, when you meet this person, like that you are looking for, you know, you're obviously single, you're looking for someone to love. When you meet this person, it's going to open up this whole new world to you, and you're going to see freedom. You're going to understand that, like, other relationships that you've had just didn't work for you because of all of this stuff that I've been talking about, right? This, being stuck in an unhappy relationship, being obliged or feeling obliged, like you had to stay there. And for some of you who are in a relationship or established relationship, this isn't about leaving that. This is about recognizing that that person, like, it's about going more deeply into the connection and understanding that what looks like the same thing as the past isn't the same with this person, because they're coming from a different point of view and a different experience, and they're not trying to do the same thing as whatever happened in the past. So you're going to be realizing that and stepping over this line and coming into these kind of energies. This is a little bit of indecision, I think, not having all of the answers, not having all of the information, but there's still a big release here. There's like the ability to step away from whatever it is that has been holding you back from being able to go deeper and trust in this relationship, to be able to feel safer in this relationship. And when you do, as I said earlier when I first started, there's this big opening up energy. It might be your energy, it might be your heart center, it might just be that you feel really happy and free, but know that you are in a loving connection. My guides have made my mind go completely blank then, so it's time for a new message, I guess. I love it when they do that. It's so funny. Let's have some closing messages for group 3, please. So what's this indecision about? What's this not having all the answers? I don't know which ways they were meant to go, so I'm going to just shuffle them again. I hate it when that happens, but, you know, that's life. Oh, that is not meant to be. Can I just get 1 or 2 messages? Here we go. And once that happens, I feel like the indecision is just, it's kind of like that feeling of, it's more like a feeling of, this is new, I'm not really quite sure what to do. I feel a little bit blindfolded. But in saying that, it's also giving me that energy of just go for it kind of thing. Like, don't let it stop you. Don't let your fears or your feeling of being not really knowing what to do stop you, because the energy is going to be moving really fast. You're going to be moving fast. The Chariot talks about, and the energy of the Chariot is about finding balance, and they're moving fast really quickly. So moving forward into something new and different. Oh, look, they've just got the Hierophant. What's this behind it? And the Fool. Okay, so the Hierophant sees you walking up that path to, you know, enlightenment. So this is definitely like a big shift in your consciousness, in the way that you're thinking and approaching things. And I feel like it's kind of expanding you into a different point of view, this release of whatever it is. So, and then into the Fool. So the Fool is really just spontaneity. We're starting again. We had that card come up before, like, but new beginnings. And yeah, not, it's like the beginner's mind. It's like you need to start, when you start again, make sure that you clear the slate completely. And this is what's happening for you. You're clearing the slate so that new things can come in. So this new, expansive, amazing, like this all full spectrum energy can be yours, rather than being in this kind of like repressed, just trying to do what everybody expects you to do type energy. Wow, group 3. I'm going to leave it there. That was intense, but really good. I hope that you got some good messages from that. I hope that this comes true for you. I hope that it lands, or at least some of it lands. As I said earlier, if you are wanting support on your journey to wholeness, that's healing, energy healing and things like that, you can book a session with the link that's on my video here, or if you want a reading as well, you can book a reading through that link as well. And that's going to be it for tonight. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up or a like, or I'm not sure if you're going to see this on Facebook or YouTube because I cross post, so they go on both. But either way, I'm so grateful that you're here and watching me. Thanks a lot. And I'll catch you on the next one. Wow. Whew, that was yeah. I'm glad I got it done. Oh, fuck!